Today we're making gnocchi with a garlic cream sauce and chicken breast and button mushrooms. And this dish clocks in at 563 calories, 50 grams of proteins, 63 grams of carbs and 13 grams of fat. So, start off, we're gonna roast our mushrooms, and to do that we're just gonna put our oven at 200 degrees, and then we're gonna cut the bottom from our mushrooms and just split them into quarters. Then we're gonna move on to our chicken. Then we're gonna take a pan and start preheating that. The plan is that we want our chicken to be cooked at the same time that our mushrooms are done and our gnocchi is cooked. So we're gonna try to sync all that. And here we're just gonna trim some of that fat off from our chicken breast. Then we're gonna use salt and pepper and season them. On both sides. And this recipe is for 3 portions, hence the 3 chicken breasts. And once we can drop some water in our frying pan and it doesn't just evaporate and it rolls on the surface, that means our pan is hot. So we're gonna use a little bit of our cooking spray and then just place our chicken breasts. We can push them down a bit and we'll get a better sear. And we want the thickest part of our chicken breast to be towards the center, because that's where the pan is the most hot. I'm also going to use some spray on our button mushrooms, and then we're going to salt and pepper them as well. And into the oven they go. So we're also going to be cooking some gnocchi, so we're going to need a pot of water for that. We can bring that to a boil, and once that's heating up, we're gonna take another pan that we're gonna heat up on medium heat as well, and we're gonna use 2.5 deciliters of cream for that we want to reduce. And we're also gonna place 3 garlic cloves in that cream. Once your chicken has gotten a nice sear, it's time to flip it. And then we can move on to crush our garlic. So we're going to crush 3 cloves of garlic into our cream and then let the cream reduce until it's a thick sauce. And here we're using low-fat cream, so this cream is 13% fat. And since we're using gnocchi, which is a potato-based pasta, this is going to require a lot of salt. So we want to salt our water quite heavily, and we also want to salt our cream because those gnocchis are just going to absorb all of that salt and it won't feel as salty as you want it. Then it's time to give our button mushrooms a shake. To this we're gonna add some peas, and 80 grams is what I usually go for. And as you can see, you don't have to stir this constantly. You will develop a bit of a skin, but you can always just stir that and it will be fine. Once it's reduced to the thickness you like, we are going to remove our thyme. Give the gnocchis a bit of a stir so that they won't stick to the bottom of the pot. Once our chicken breast hits 68 degrees, that means I think it's done. And as you can see, our pan is a bit of a mess at the moment. So what we are going to do is we're going to turn off the heat, leave it on the stove, and remove our gnocchis and put them in our garlic cream. And then I like to use some of that pasta water to deglaze our pan, so we keep all of those flavors. So just use some of that water to deglaze your pan, and your washing up will become so much easier as well. And we want all of those flavors in the dish. So deglaze your pan, and then we're just gonna pour that into our sauce. And Then all we need to do is just stir that in, mix everything together, and once that's done, we're gonna add our peas. Our peas are frozen, so you might want to leave them for a little while and let them heat up. Or my peas. Cook it for maybe one more minute. If your sauce is drying up, you can always use some of that pasta water to get it to the consistency you'd like. Our chicken breasts are now rested. I'm just gonna pour that liquid into our gnocchis as well, and then just divide this into 3 portions. It's really simple. It's actually very low in calories for... I think it's a nice and low calorie dish, which is very tasty. And we don't want to forget our mushrooms, so once our mushrooms are roasted, all we need to do is just add them as well, and that's it. It's really easy, relatively quick. It's just the time you need to fry your chicken breasts, and it's it. That's it. I hope you tried, and if you do, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.